Las Vegas. Coming up next at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the son of a Mexican legend, risks his perfect record and #1 WBC world ranking against the veteran Troy Rowland. That's a 10-round special middleweight attraction next on our pay-per-view card, all leading up to firepower, Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto here from Vegas. Nick Charles, Rich Marotta, Mario Lopez, and there you see the pound-for-pound king, Manny Pacquiao.
What is he smiling about?
I don't know if I've ever seen Pacquiao frown too much. I mean, the happiest guy.
All business.
Now, guy,
Miguel Cotto.
all business. Now, he likes to smile himself as well and have a good time. If you got to see HBO's 24/7, I love the camaraderie with him and his buddies, and the cannonballs that his large friend Brian. They're taking each other's underwear off, which okay, that's all that they like to have fun. But you got to see a lighter side and a very friendly side of Miguel Cotto.
Well, you know what I thought was interesting about it, Mario, was there was a great calm over Cotto before this fight. Nick, I mean, he just had an absolutely calm demeanor.
He did, and there was a lot of animosity, I know, in the couple camps before with his uncle, and whatever ended up really happening remains to be heard about, I guess, but it seemed to be all just positive energy around the Cotto camp this time around.
Well, that's coming up, Pac-Man and Cotto. We see Manny Pacquiao as we get ready for our next bout. It's a middleweight bout. Julio Cesar Chavez, well-seasoned, virtually no amateur career, undefeated in over 40 fights against the veteran Troy Rowland.
All right, as you can see, the difference in age is stark. There's no question about that. Slight edge in weight for Chavez, but a very, substantial edge in the reach for Troy Rowland in this fight. But that 34 years of age might speak volumes.
Rules of the bout, the 10-point must system is in effect. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only a referee can stop the fight. In the case of an accidental foul, will go to the scorecards.
And there we see Roberto Duran in the house and getting the thunderous, legendary welcome he deserves.
I think the only fighter, if not one of the only fighter, to fight in 5 decades.
Hands of stone. You know, ringside there in New Orleans at 80 guys, that was one of the most incomprehensible moments in sports I'd ever seen, the Nomad. From this guy, of all guys.
But still, you know, what he accomplished overwhelms
That's not the way I'm going to remember him. You're right.
It overwhelms that one night as we take a look at
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Culiacan, Mexico. 42nd fight in 6 years. You know, the name got him all the attention, his old man, but it's all on him now.
You know, I get a big smile on my face because obviously being Mexican, growing up, being a huge fan of Chavez Sr., but I feel so old seeing his kid now in the ring.
It happens, Mario.
Oh, man. You know what really blew me away a stat, though, today? When Julio was born, Julio Sr. was already 49-0.
That's an alert. Well, you know what, Rich? When he fought De La Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez was a grandfather.
Of Las Vegas, Top Rank, MP Promotions and Cotto Promotions present this special attraction sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter. Pawn Stars, the hit show on the History Channel. AT&T, Go Phone Unlimited, voice and text for $60 per month. Smart Communications, the Philippines' leading wireless service provider, and travel the world with Aeromexico. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout will be Dick Houck, Bert Clements, and Paul Smith. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Tony Weeks. And now, a special attraction, 10 rounds of boxing. This is in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with red, official weight 159 pounds. Professional record 25 victories, including 7 knockouts, only 2 defeats. From Cedar Springs, Michigan, Troy Rowland. And fighting out of the red wearing red with white and green. Official weight, 160 pounds. His professional record, 41 fights, 40 victories, including 30 knockouts with 1 bout even. From Culiacan, Mexico, the legend lives on. The undefeated Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I still remember him as a little kid wearing those red headbands in the corner.
Let's go, clear him up. Okay, gentlemen, caballeros, you already see your instructions. Usted recibe instrucciones. Okay, look, he goes right here, it's okay. Anything right below, mira, aquí está bien, aquí no. He goes right here, it's okay. Anything below that's low. Mira, aquí está bien, aquí no. I want a good, clean fight. Que quiero uno a play limpia. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Escúchame, cuídate, listos. Let's go. Vamos.
Again, Chavez Jr., the big thing with him, very busy, young. You know, he blew out Jason La Hoya, who hadn't been never down until he dropped him with that lethal left hook very early in his last fight just in September.
And a key point for victory for him would be landing that left hook to the body, which has been very, very effective for him.
And for Troy Rowland, you know, guys, I've done his fights and seen him. This guy throws 100 shots around. He's very busy, but he's a singles hitter again.
And he came out very busy, and he looks in great shape.
Well, you know, he had a layoff. This is his third fight this year since that 3.5-year layoff. At 33, we'll see if he's different. But 100 shots around, very effective behind the jab, and good anticipation. But Chavez Jr. loves a shootout. He's a patient guy, I think, for a young fighter, and knows how to break a guy down. When he's focused, he's tough.
Much like his father, he loves that hook to the liver, and he throws it really nice. I don't know if he does it like the old man, but it's not too bad. Physically, totally different from his father. Tall, lean, but still likes to fight on the inside, likes to come forward, likes to press.
Definitely does. He's a pressure fighter and a very sharp, accurate puncher.
And he's one of the few guys who can throw effective body punches from the outside.
And
he doesn't need to be real close.
And that's very difficult to do, yes.
But Rowland looks good in this first round. He's using the ring well. He has got a nice jab. Obviously gets around it very well.
And he's got to do that. He's got to steal some rounds here.
In reference to the layoff there that you referred to, Nick, Troy Rowland, I saw him interviewed about it, and he said that, you know, I wasn't one of these guys who stayed in the gym while I was, you know, out of action. I mean, I was out of action. I was out of the gym.
Oh, so he totally abandoned.
Not the greatest thing, but he's a fresh 33, we'll say that. It's definitely what we call here in the States the Midwest circuit. You know, he hasn't fought top caliber opposition, but only the two losses, and the loss to Epifanio Mendoza. In fact, I did that fight, and Ian Gardner, who nobody could beat and look good against anyway, so not the most awful losses in the books.
Yeah, but he has fought some decent opposition. You mentioned Mendoza, Charles Whitaker, Fernando Zuniga.
He's beaten some war horses, yes.
Yeah, he's definitely got a nice record. Chavez Jr., you know, even a while back, he always seemed very composed, very much more mature.
I agree,
Around his ears.
But at times he'll lose focus, and maybe that's a question of not training well. We've done so many of his fights in Mexico, and he'll look great and he'll look terrible sometimes.
Well, in each of the last 2 years, Chavez Jr. has been forced into real firefights and fights he was in danger of losing. One against Matt Vanda.
That's right.
And then this year, in a fight I called down in Tijuana at the Bull Ring,
yes,
he got a very tough fight from Luciano Cuello.
Yes.
That was a life and death battle.
Yes. Well, and credit him, though, no amateur